Hey there, Heather Boyd here, and welcome to day 8 of the 10-day watercolor challenge. In this challenge, we'll be doing some pretty simple designs for watercolor using all kinds of different techniques, and we'll be making them in a small card size that you can turn into greeting cards or little miniature works of art. If you're participating in the challenge, be sure to subscribe to my channel and join my private Facebook group. In the group, you can share photos of your projects for the next 10 days. And if you're watching this video after the challenge has ended, go ahead and join the group and share your own artwork. Any mixed media art is fantastic. Today I saw a really cool idea on Google for a painted eye. So I sketched it out first. You can always Google search designs for eyes, images of eyes. If you're not able to draw it, you can print it out and trace it like I've done in previous tutorials. So just sketch it out the best you can. Just a very loose outline is good. You don't need too much detail. And then once you're happy with the design, just start with the color. So I started with the iris, putting a little bit of blue in there. It really helps to look at a picture, so either out of a magazine or your own photograph, just to get an idea of the shading and the position of the colors. And then it becomes quite abstract. I did some little drippy effects, kind of looks like teardrops a little bit. This is almost exactly like an image I saw on Google, so have a look and see what you can see. There's lots of ideas for watercolor projects on Pinterest as well. I just thought the eye was a really cool idea. If you have a different way you want to do an eye, it's fine. And I like to go in different areas, like moving from one area to another. So I'm not always fixed on one area of the painting. It's kind of fun to go back and forth and just add colors as you see fit. Have some small brushes on hand to do some details. You can even go in with some watercolor pencils if you need details to be finer. Sometimes it's hard with the paintbrush to get really fine details. If you make little mistakes or little drips, just go in with a drier brush to pick up the color. You can also use Q-tips or a little bit of paper towel or towels to pick up color if you have too much. Now I'm going in with a darker color. I'm not using black as such. I like to use Payne's gray, which is like a bluish gray color, rather than going with black. I think this is actually a little bit more on the black side than Payne's gray after all. These are the paints, the Stuart Semple paints, and they all have very unusual color names. I'll link up that palette in the description below. He's got some very unique patented colors that he's come up with, and they're all quite vibrant and beautiful. So you see I put a little bit of light blue in the corners of the eyes. The eye is white, but of course it's not like really white. You can see all kinds of different colors. I'm lifting my board to let it drip a little bit. This part was tricky to get enough water on it so it would actually drip. You really want to have a lot of water on the end of your brush to do this. It can take some experimentation, so you really need the board to be upright and tap it on the table a little bit to get those little drips to go down like that. But it makes a really nice, cool effect, especially if you blend in different colors as you go. And you'll see it makes a nice kind of almost like a rainy effect. It's really interesting, the kind of effect that does. And then now above I'm going to add some different colors. This is not realistic whatsoever. This is very more in the realm of fantasy art, which is really nice. And I'm just adding a few more colors. Not too many colors. I'm doing mostly the primary colors for this one. Yellow, magenta, and cyan. And if you want to do a different eye color, you can. If you want to use more neutral colors, you can. But it's just kind of fun to do like a single eye. So now I'm kind of splattering the surface with paint. So I put a lot of paint on the end of my brush and I'm just kind of tapping it to splatter it around. Some people use a toothbrush and splatter with a toothbrush. So if you have another way of splattering, go for it, play around with it. If they get too blotchy, just pick up the color a little bit as you go. And then you can go in with your fine brush again to do some more detail. If you find you need to darken up some areas, you can do that. And just put some darker colors. So this is like more of a darker blue that I've got on there just to define the outside of the pupil. And make sure you leave some white spaces to represent reflection, because that's what gives the eye a lot of drama, is the white reflections in the eyes. And then it's nice to darken up, almost like putting eyeliner on the eye, just to give it a little bit more definition, give it a little bit of shadowing, and just to give it a little more drama. So just go ahead and darken it up as you need. And with the fine brush, just work your way from the eye line out to make the lashes, because you want them to start thicker and end up thinner at the end. So just do the details that you need. You can go underneath, darken up the underneath part. Same thing with the lashes, just start at the eye line and pull the lashes out a little bit and do some little corrections as you need it. Add some more color. It's going to be hard to know when to stop. You just have to go until you feel that you've done enough. That's sometimes the hardest part, is just knowing when to stop. But just keep playing around with it. You want to define that area of the eye a little bit more. If you want to do more in the background, you can too. I'm just making that little round part a little more visible. It's good to work on while it's still damp. If you need to blend the colors, you can always let it dry and go back to it later to add any more details that you want. But it's a fun project just to do in one sitting. It's pretty straightforward, pretty simple, and you could just go nuts with it. You can make it very exaggerated. It's not a realistic piece whatsoever. Even though the eye does look quite realistic, you can have fun adding all kinds of details and dots all over the place, more drips. Anything you like to make it look a little bit more dramatic is fun. And there's the finished eye painting. Be sure to subscribe to my channel for lots more art tutorials, and join the private Facebook group to share photos of your work from all the challenges. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you the next time.